Okay. Okay. So for today's class, I will be taking you from the very first step because I love doing that for the benefit of those who were not able to catch up. So I will take you from the very first step, which is very important. And immediately after that, we'll be looking at a new session, which is all about budget preparation as well as project management, as far as you trying to, put those necessary aspects in order, whether for a business of your own or it could be for any of the organization which you may be working for. So take notes. We will be looking at um, an introduction into Sage 50 Cloud or Sage 50 accounting software. And also, secondly, we will be looking into how you can manage projects here on Sage 50. So to start with, I will always tell you that the very first step in every accounting application is to create a company file. Now we call it a company file because it is on that file you'll be able to record all dealings pertaining to that organization or pertaining to that business on that file, or all transactions are to be captured. And I'm not going to waste more time on theoretical explanation. So now where you are is an opened or an existing company file already. So this is what it looks like. This is what an existing company file here on Sage looks like. You can see all these different options. We normally call them modules. Okay, and right here where I just went to the workspace. This is the workspace where I am. Okay, you can get that from the home option here. Then you scroll down to click on my workspace. Now, my workspace generally what it does, I will go and show you how to sign in. Don't worry. So for the my workspace option, it is made up of different sub options which are here. And what we call these sub options, we call them for the workspace, we call them, you can see them here, we call them tiles. Okay. Now, it works with your function. You know, when a company gets to hire you, they let you know what and what you will be doing within the part of your role. So you are to select those different options or features that you know are applicable to your duty. Maybe you checked it's not your duty to create quotation because businesses create quotation. As an accountant, you must create quotation. Okay. To be in quotation here also means estimate, and it also means a proposal. So businesses do that, and it's part of your duty. But if it's not part of your duty, and you may say, no, it's not part of my function, I don't create a quote, I don't create a proposal, I don't create an invoice, you can remove these styles out of the Sage workspace. How do you do that? You come and click on the customize. So in an accounting software, whenever you see the customize option, always know it's being used to manage your settings for that very application. So you could see after clicking on the customize, what did it show me? It showed me a way of differentiating those options which are selected already, bringing this option here, which we know whenever we see a symbol like this, it means that you can click on it so it can cancel that very feature out of what you're doing. So if, for example, I say, no, I don't use customer receipts, right? Or I don't use create a credit note, by the time I cancel it, is out. And maybe I want to add something, a particular feature or option that I will use. What do? I will also come same way on this one showing green. I could say, yes, it's part of my duty, to look into customer balances. I would click on it. That way, I have just added that very tiles. So that's just part of what I mean. A minute, let me check if anyone is waiting. Okay. Just wanted to be sure that some persons are not waiting. Okay. So that's just for that. And if I should say save, you will notice that the other option that was here will no longer be here. Okay, you can see right here, we no longer have that credit note option, and we added customer balances. And I'm going to show you that very customer balances. So you could then, okay, you can see it here. Customer balances was not here, but we added it from our workspace here on Sage 50. So that's just a quick one on the workspace. So ladies and gentlemen, let's now begin afresh. And please, I want you to follow up properly. For those of you who were complaining before that you did not, you don't know how to get started with the Sage 50 software application here. So the first step to do, like I said, is to create your company file. And I said this is just an existing company. We have what we mean by an existing company that's already been created. Now, I used to say that most times a company may hire you or employ you, and at that point, it may be stated that I'm having knowledge of an accounting software, is an added advantage. Now, what that means is that when you come to the company, it's not your duty to set up the software for them. They will only give you your email, or they will just give you your access code, because at that point you're now a user, and it's their duty to ensure that they set up the permission, and also ensuring that all other options are also activated. And how they do that, they use this feature under the company model called the user tax management. Okay, here they will be able to see all your tax, what you do, okay, and you'll be able to monitor and follow it up properly, provided that tax were assigned to you as a user. You could come here and say, okay, let's add some tax to this very user, okay, for this user to carry out this very kind of transactions. Okay, so thank God Emmanuel is here. Thank God Emmanuel
This side
is
is
here.
very bad.
I want to hello. Okay, so I believe everyone can hear me. Hello? Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I want to log out from this company. What do I do? So whenever you want to log out from a particular company, you can just come over here, this little tab here. When you come here, you click on it, you will see the logout option. So you'll be able to log out from that company, or you come to the administration option here, the administration option here. You scroll down, you see logout, then you log out of it, or you come here and you see logout. So I'm going to log out now. So I want to start by creating a new company file. That's what I want to do now. I want everyone to be available now, so that in next class, nobody will draw me back. Now, peradventure, you have created a company file already, or you have already been added as a user. Each time you want to log in to Sage, each time two people are in the waiting room. Sorry, let me admit them. Okay, peradventure, you were already added as a user to the application. Now, each time you want to log in, you can always use this login option here. When you click on it, it's going to bring up the startup screen here for you to log in. Now, since you're a new user, and in this class, we take you from scratch, which I said I want to touch it due to some persons. I believe, Sir Emmanuel, you can hear me. This is how you create your new company file here in Sage. This is how you do it, so just flow with me. I'm going to do it from scratch. Now, I want to sign up because I am a new user. What do? I come under here, I will see sign up as a user. I click on it. After click, don't worry everyone, I will send you the link. I've sent to some persons. Now, after clicking on it, this is what comes up. Now, Sage uses this to capture and establish your business information. So you must provide this information, this required, what are required to fill in these very spaces here. So for example, I could say the name of this company is Prudential. Okay, I would say the name of the company is Prudential. So what do? I come to company name and I enter the name of the company. So the company name box here should be filled with the name of the company. So I said the name of this company is what? Prudential. So I come and I say this is Prudential Limited. I just okay. I say it's Prudential Nigeria Limited. Now, after doing that, there's a next option, which is product type. I say accounting, it's an account, so we are using it for accounting. So you leave that. For country, you change the country to your country. Whatever country you are, you just change it. If it's Nigeria, you say Nigeria. So I'm teaching you this so you can be able to teach others too. Okay. So I don't hide anything from my students. So for first name, you can put the name of you can just put Prudential there. Just put Prudential there. It's not a big deal. Just put Prudential there. That's the name of the business. So just leave that Prudential because you're not using that. It's just being asked. For phone number, you put your the business phone number. Whether you're using it for your personal use or whatever, you make sure you provide that. Then for email, now email is very important. Now the reason why email is important is because it's very important to Sage. Okay, unlike QuickBooks, if it was QuickBook, QuickBook will be requesting for the industry of the business. Okay, but yes, Sage works with email because Sage will be sending an activation link to your mail, and it's only with that activation link that you'll be able to activate this software. Okay, so what it means now is this. You can now take note of some certain things I'll be stating because of this meeting. Now, you can only use one mail for every Sage setup. You can only use one particular email address for every Sage setup. You can only use one email address. A minute, let me check if okay, still recording. You can only use one email. Okay, so now I'm going to use a particular mail. And before I do that, make sure before you do that, make sure you've already opened that mail. The mail is already opened somewhere. For instance, can you see my screen? Let me see if I have shared them. If I shared, okay. Okay, can you see my mail? I've already opened this Prudential email, the business email. It's already open. So that once from the other tab, what we call tab is things like this. Maybe I want to create a new tab. I create and I open my software here, or I open a new page, which I was before. Now, so that when Sage sends in that notification, I'll be able to access it without wasting time. So now, what do I do now? I'm going to go back. Let me share the screen back to my Sage. Okay, so this is my Sage. This is my Sage. Now, what happens here now is this. On the email section here, I'm going to specify that yes, my mail is on Prudential. It is Prudential. What's the name of that mail again? Sorry, let me check. That should be Prudential. Prudential 2020. Okay, Prudential 092. Okay, so I said the mail is Prudential 092. Okay, at gmail.com. Prudential 092 at gmail.com. Okay, so the mail is Prudential 092 at gmail.com. Now, password is also very important here because it's required. So I can come here now and say this is my password, and you make sure whatever password you're using is something you will easily remember. Okay, make sure you use a password you will easily remember. Now, when you're putting your password, the moment it starts showing you green, know that it's correct. It will be accepted by Sage. But when it starts showing you red, just know that Sage will not accept it. For example, if I come here and say 99, you can see it means that this password is already weak. Or Sage, their engine or their this thing is not going to capture it because this is majorly what we are seeing is the front end of the software, and definitely it has a lot of work to do with the back end, ensuring that authentication works perfectly. Okay, so I will also come and also confirm the password. Now come and confirm the password, and I say this is the password. So always use a password you can remember, though Sage is not like softwares like Manager where only your user can, or when you have other issues like password and you forgot password, but here you can easily take care of issues like that. Okay, so we enter the access code, which is this. So I generated this link, so I will send it to you too. So this is the access code. You enter it. Now, after entering the access code, what next? What will you do? you fill this other information asking you what you currently use. Now, I understand that some businesses may not be using any application at the moment, okay, depending on when you met or you came in as the accountant, or you're trying to monetize to, perform or set up for them. So they are asking you what you currently use, you're going to provide. Okay. So if what you use at the moment, um, let's say what you use, if I'm not covering the screen. Okay, so let's say what you currently use is Excel for the business. You're going to specify and click on what Excel. Or let's say what you currently use is you use no accounting application. You're going to specify that. Or the software you're using, maybe it's Microsoft Dynamics, maybe it's SAP, maybe it's Tally, maybe it's QuickBooks or Peachtree. Any of them, maybe they are not here. You just say, or you're using Zero Books or Zero, you just say I use other software not listed. Okay, so once you're done with that, you then select the years in business. Say you want to know how many years have this business, and in terms of the going concern, how old is this business? So you're going to specify if it's your first year, you say first year, this is my first year, this is the fourth year, and so on. So I'm going to say this is my let's just say it's an older business, so it's about third year in business. Okay, for referral code, just leave that. It's not required. So now if you fill in, I accept the terms and also allow in case you need messages from Sage from time to time. So once you're done with that, you ensure that you go through properly to ensure you didn't make any mistake in all information. And majorly what you should be looking at is the email address. Ensure it's correct. Otherwise, this won't be captured and the access code. So once I've done that, you can see there is an option here. Okay, and this option has to do with the password. So Sage is saying that the password must at least be 8 characters long. Of course, we're having issues relating to this, and there should be one lowercase, one uppercase. So each time this happens, you have to go and revisit the password that you have already done, what you have already entered. So I'm going to come down here. And one thing you also need to take note of is that each time Sage rejects your password, always know that your access code will be changed. If you watch, the access code have changed. So don't just go and put password and proceed. Also enter the access code. So I can come here now and say for password, I'm going to use this keyboard. Okay, I can say for password, use my password. Okay, capital letter, small letter, the symbol. So let's try this and see if it will be accepted. So this A, and this F, this J. So it's something you have to do this with your phone too. That's what I use to practice. Okay, and this is the updated because desktop is becoming outdated due to its weakness. So it's also let's see if it's going to be accepted. Okay, it was rejected. Okay, you also need to revisit it again. So most times this calls for patience. So I want to enter a new password. So I am using a capital letter, small letter. I use a symbol and I put a number. So I believe this is going to be accepted. So then you notice the access code changed. So I'm still going to enter a new access code. And I said, this is the access code I'm going to use. So after doing that, I go through properly and I scroll down. I haven't gone through. And I say what? I say sign up. So while I've done that, I'm going to expect it to sign up, provided I have followed the instruction. So you can see what I was talking about. You can see what I was referring to here. You can see that Sage shows us this window pops up, telling us that an activation email has been sent to prudential092@gmail.com. So for the issue of okay, let me check. It's like some persons are waiting. Some persons are waiting. Okay. How do I do this? Okay, we can just continue. All right. So okay, so I said that Sage now have sent an activation link for you to activate. So in cases where you open that very mail and you notice that there is no link there, what do? You just come back here. That's why you don't have to close this window. You have to come back here and click on resend email. It will be sent to you. Or you notice that the email you entered is not correct. You have to, go back again. That's one reason why you have to ensure that you cross-check all what you, imputed. So as far as this is concerned, I am going to go to this very mail and I'm going to continue everything properly on that very email. So I'm going to share that very mail screen now to you. So I'll come down here to saying that this is my mail. This is my mail at prudential092. Okay, I believe everyone can see my mail at prudential092. Okay, so I will come down here to the inbox. So first of all, let me refresh this mail. So I'll be sure that all incoming messages are captured. So I come here and I'm not seeing that mail. Okay, there is no mail from Sage yet. So I have to go and check. So if I go and check if I made mistake in the spelling, let me check my spam box. Also in my spam, there is no mail. Okay, there is no mail. So let me check the name of this mail again. This is prudential092. Then let me go back to my Sage screen. So I check to know why I have not received that mail. So I will come back here, prudential092. Prudence, okay, good. So you can see that an error was made. You can see instead of prudential, what I have here is prudential. And none of you even corrected me. So it's a good one. It's good to make mistake because it's in the process to also get corrected. So I believe this might have happened to some of you before, because some persons were like telling me, they have been struggling to sign up. No way. It might be that you misspelled a particular information, and it's very important that your information is correct. So what do we do at this point? Because we say it's not going to accept this. Okay, so what do? No need of saying resend. We just have to go back. So let's just we can use the back option to come back here. So we used it and we came back. So what we do, we go straight to that mail and claim it. Okay, so I say this is prudential. Okay, this prudential 092. Okay, so once we have done that, the password will also change again. So you have to enter your password again. So I can say I used prudence. Okay, then the first letter was capital. Then I used a symbol. Then I use a number. That's all. That's the mixture of it. Capital letter first, the rest letter, small letter, prudence. Then I use a particular symbol, and I use a number. That's all. So you also enter the access code that also changes. Okay. So once I'm done with this, I will just say sign up. Okay. And say it's going to send the link back again to this very new email which I have specified. So let us just be patient. patience, as I said, that it calls for patience. Okay, so whenever you're working with an accounting software, always develop that habit of being patient because it's computer. So in case of network issue, you don't just get fed up already quickly. So right now it has been sent again to Prudential. So I'm going to go to that very mail so I will be able to go and activate. So you notice now that on this mail, okay, I believe you can see my screen. On this mail, the inbox is showing 2, meaning that it has been resent right there. So I have to, meaning that there is an incoming mail. So I have to click on it. And when I open it, I'm going to see that very, Sage message. You can see it here. Welcome to accounting. Please activate your account. So I'm going to click on it. Okay, you can see that it's from, okay, you can see it there. You can see it here. Welcome to accounting. That's from Sage. So this is the link I told you about. And this link will expire in 10 days time. If someone is sending a message, can I get the password to practice as you teach? Okay, I'm going to type the password for you. Which of the password, please? Is it the password I use for the software? Is it the password I use for the software? Please, the person that sent this message, kindly drop that for me. I told you that you can set up your own password.
Yes.
Okay, I will send you the password I use, but just change it so that we'll not be working on the same application. Okay, so you can use just use this. Let me give you this. Use this. Okay, let me just give you this. Use something like this. EMMA. Okay, EMMA. Then say at. Okay, you can say at one. I trust me, this is going to be accepted. Okay, so just say at one. This is going to be accepted. Okay, so everyone can just change your name and just use a single such a way. So right here, like I said, I'm going to, I'm on the mail. I believe you can all see my mail. So you can see that this link is only valid for next 10 days. So whether you're doing it for yourself, you must ensure that you confirm this. So I'm going to click that. Now, even if I go back here, you can see there is an information here because on that very Sage account, payroll is not attached to it. Though you can set up your chart of accounts, creating accounts for your payroll liabilities as well as for your wages, but payroll is not part of that. Now, if you want with Sage Payroll, okay, you can click this, okay, this very link below, so you can be able to have access to the payroll aspect. But what we are looking at here majorly is the accounting aspect, okay, which you can also create your payroll account, okay, on that very section. Okay, let me see. There's a message here that please let us know when it is time to go for a break and when to log in. Thanks. Good. We'll be going for break in the next 5 minutes. We'll be going for break. Once we finish this section, we'll be going for break in the next 5 minutes because there's something I want us to learn tonight, budgeting and project and handling projects. Okay. So aside that, so I will go to the screen that pops up. Let me be sure that you're seeing that screen. Okay. Now you can see right here, there's a screen that pops up when I click on that very activation link. There's a screen that pops up saying, congratulations, your account has been activated. So this is just how it works. So here you are now requested to enter your user ID and your password. So for the break time, please, this is part of what you will do. I will want you to use that time to log in. So just log in on your own. Okay, so just sign in. I'll send I don't know, I'm going to send the link, okay, to the groups. Then you just log in. So when you come, you will not be lost on what you'll be doing. So right here, I will now come and put in use the email address. Say this one is Prudential 092, okay, at gmail.com. Prudential at gmail.com. Password, remember the password I used. Okay, so once you have done that, ensure that what you have entered is correct. Then you just click on login. And trust me, it's going to log in. But if it's not correct, that's where you'll be having issues. So this is Prudential 092. So I think I'm having a challenge now. So I have to check to ensure that the password I've just entered is correct. So I've entered that very password. So you can see it has been accepted. So you can always click save any option that pops up. So you can be able to save that very information. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the very this is the environment, the Sage environment, and all these are called different models. These are what you use to work. And like I told you here in Sage, we have the workspace and the dashboard. Okay, this is the dashboard. The dashboard is like the home center point. Okay, where you see all key summary of everything that we're working with. Okay, and like I told you that after creating a company file in every accounting software, most especially like Sage, that the next thing you need to do is for you to be able to, do setup. Okay, you set up important information about, your organization or your company. And then part of that is you being able to manage settings for the business or the organization. And how do you do that? You come to the company model and you click on change company settings. So that's how you manage settings here in Sage. Then if you look at this other side, you see that we have a red star. There's a red star here. Now this red star is called favorites. Now what do we mean? You look at your accounting function. What are your job descriptions? You look at it. You click on maybe you notice that there are accounts you work with. Okay, so instead of stressing yourself going to look for a particular account, you can set up those accounts as your favorites. I can come here and say manage favorites. I click on it. So when I click on it, I'll be able to move what I know I work with to this other side. Maybe under the accounts, I always add to create new account for the business. I am the auditor. I will move it to this side. So when I click OK, it's going to be part of it's going to move to that point. So we're going for a break now. When we come back, we are going to continue. Okay, so you can see if I want that account, I will come here and I'll see add account instead of stressing myself. So thank you very much. When we are back from the break, we are going to continue.